Hi, this is Audrey, Associate Director of Global Migration Solutions. Today I want to share with you an overview of state nominations for Subclass 190, especially for offshore applicants to explore. The 190 visa is a direct permanent residency visa, just like the Skilled Independent 189. In order to submit a 190 visa, you would need to seek a nomination from a state in Australia, and the state basically supports you to get an invitation to lodge your visa. Occupations suitable for 190 visa are those listed on the medium long-term list and short-term list, and you would actually get 5 points on your point test for this visa. So here's the interesting thing. Prior to the pandemic, the 190 visa was tough to obtain as states were heavily focused on allocating the limited quotas available back then, mainly for applicants who are currently living, working in their respective states. However, with the recent change from the Australian government's immigration policy to extensively increase migration quotas for skilled workers and to prioritize offshore candidates, the 190 visa is now very much accessible to offshore applicants. So do not miss your chance and grab the opportunity while you can. So now, let's get to know the states available and a quick overview on their requirements to see if this is suitable for you to apply or not. Victoria. Housing the ever-popular city Melbourne, Victoria welcomes offshore applicants for Subclass 190. Victoria was in fact one of the first states to open nominations for offshore applicants this program year, and that too with very basic general requirements such as having a basic competent English, minimum 65 points, be under the age of 45 and have a nominated occupation that is listed on the main Australian government skill occupation list. Do remember you would need to first submit a registration of interest, which is a ROI, with the Victorian State Government online portal together with your EOI. Factors considered for selection includes age, English language level, years of experience in your nominated occupation, education and occupation skill level, including partner skills if applicable. Now let's move on to New South Wales. New South Wales, another popular state with the capital being Sydney, is also open to offshore applicants for the Subclass 190. New South Wales initially opened their program in the third quarter of 2022 with a set minimum requirement on work experience and a higher level minimum points requirement for each occupation group, making it very competitive for many. However, on 12 December, NSW was in the limelight as they decided to relax these requirements to encourage more candidates to apply, and since then, the 190 does not have a specific points or work experience requirement other than to meet all requirements outlined by Home Affairs, have a nominated occupation within the NSW skill occupation list, and be offshore continuously for 6 months and submit an EOI. Let's move on to Queensland. So Brisbane, the capital city, is a crowd favourite too, being the third largest city in Australia. Queensland is also open for offshore applicants for 190 with slightly more added requirements such as meeting a minimum score of 80 and have a minimum English at a proficient level and 3 years of post-study work experience unless specified, of course. Plus, your nominated occupation will need to be specifically listed on offshore Queensland skill occupation list. We'll now take a look at South Australia. So Adelaide is the capital of South Australia, and SA offers nomination for the 190 for certain occupations only. So do ensure to check the occupation list on the South Australian website to see if the 190 is listed for your occupation or not. Other than that, their requirements is also very basic, just like Victoria, where you would just need to meet basic Home Affairs requirements of age below 45, competent English and minimum score of 65 points. So we just covered these 4 states that has pretty okay and relaxed requirements for the prospective applicants. The following states information after this will have specific additional requirements for the 190 route where a job offer in the state is required. The Australian Capital Territory, ACT. Canberra, the capital, requires offshore applicants to have a full-time job offer in their nominated occupation with a minimum 2 years of employment period, where the Canberra employer must be a medium to large Australian enterprise. with a minimum 50 plus employees actively trading in Canberra. So if you're able to meet this requirement, then proceed with the application process, which is to register your interest with submitting a score-based Canberra matrix, where selection then takes place according to your matrix score ranking, which is rather competitive. We'll move on to Western Australia. Western Australia's capital is Perth, and they also require a job offer for the 190 prospective applicants, where the contract of employment has to be in your nominated occupation or closely related, full-time employment in Western Australia for at least 6 months from the date of your application for state nomination. Lastly, Tasmania and Northern Territory, on the other hand, currently is only providing 491 visas for offshore applicants and not the 190. So we have come to the end of this video. I do hope this comes as a good summarized information for offshore applicants seeking a 190 nomination. Once again, there is a lot of positive movement now for the 190, so do not procrastinate and lose out opportunities. Reach out to us for your application needs and looking forward to assist you. Thank you.